It's Nolan. It seems I've been missing from the scene, but I'm always coming right back. In the city, just a couple niggas with me, cause I know I gotta watch my back. And I'ma be the realest when the dog falls out. And I'ma still be standing when the sky fall out. They say it's gang gang till it's time to roll out. But when them things bang, where them niggas at now? Real nigga for life. They thought I disconnected from my essence, huh? Rocking shades, but never blocking my blessings, Come from a place where it's dreary like fatal fury. The hardest fight that you face is a jury. We never worried, nigga. Ain't seen a marriage providers coming, we grown for it. Gun smoking, new pause. Death stuff in new force. True gold, blue tour, shooting at your coupe door. Niggas catch a body, then rap about it on TuneCore. That's why I'm distant in my DMs. Rappers trying to be friends, but I don't think to me sin. I've been on some business, building LinkedIn. Signature like in stores. Won't even touch your fucking track without an invoice. Develop habits to elevate in my brackets. I notice most of my peers to get comfortable being stagnant over 10 years. Trying to plant my feet in the ground, but not a taste of victory is about as sweet as it sound. Yeah. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everyone is doing well out there. That song y'all just heard is called Fallout. That is from the Southside Nolan album. Much love and respect to everybody for tuning in. Much love and respect to everybody, joining the memberships on the channel and stuff like that. I want to give a couple quick little shout outs. Y'all just give me a second here. Big shout out to Miss TBLE, RG, Diamond. I see some of y'all are also, rejoining, which much love to y'all on that as well. Greatly appreciate y'all because y'all don't have to do that stuff. Of course, today we're going to be talking about J. Cole coming out with his new song called Port Antonio. Unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know at the top, we cannot play the song. It dropped last night. And it was not copyright claimed. J. Cole just dropped it on YouTube, what have you. And unfortunately, we've got somebody by the name of MC Gabazi or something like that. I'm going to call him MC Get Busy, like Eminem said. You're too busy to do a song with MC Get Busy. Sorry ass, bum ass MC Get Busy claimed the song. I guess he must have uploaded it to streaming platforms and stuff like that. So now Port Antonio is no longer even identified as a J. Cole song. It is now MC Get Busy, you bitch you. And yes, I don't give a fuck who you are. You's a bitch. I don't understand. I keep having to have this conversation with people that are going out and filing false copyrights on notable mainstream artists. You guys deserve to get your homes sued off you. The very clothes on your back sued off you, and you deserve to get the brakes beat up off your ass too. I ain't gonna lie to you, because number one, you're playing with the artist in question, but then you're playing with the intentions of the music too, because it's intended for us to be able to play it. Why you think it's not copyright claimed, and then you come in and try to do some predatory shit? You're lame. But anyway, we're going to get into it anyway. We're going to get into the lyrics. We're going to talk about the subject matter of the song. I see that the song has been met with mixed reviews. I see that there's some people out there that absolutely love it. There's some people out there that are still angry at J. Cole, and they're not accepting any of what he has to talk about because they feel like he's being a hypocrite, self-righteous SOB. Me personally, I thought it was dope when I heard it. It does kind of sound like, as far as the production, it's very vintage J. Cole, kind of getting back into the more down tempo, mid tempo, not the upbeat stuff that we had heard from like KODs, not the upbeat stuff that we heard from the off season. So I thought that was interesting that he went back into his more melodramatic bag. But I guess it's a fitting mood for this particular song because he's addressing some of the rumors. I think he's directly speaking to DJ Academics and Maul personally in that second verse, but we're going to get there, all right? When it comes to the title of this record, Port Antonio, I don't know if he wrote this in Port Antonio. I think that's in Jamaica. I don't know what the significance is beyond that. Maybe he was on a vacation out there, or maybe he recorded it there. I don't know, right? So first verse, he comes in and says, Young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow. So this is another situation of him getting back into Young Jermaine. It seems like the last couple of times we've heard from J. Cole, he's been tapping back into his old story, his upbringing story, his origin story. Even in that last feature he did for what's his name? T Grizzly. He was kind of tapping in on some of this stuff. So he says, Young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow, minimum wage jobs for dinero, but still my mind was on the zeros, right? So you're going all the way back to Fayetteville, minimum wage jobs to make money, but his mind was on the zeros. So even at that time, he still had this dream, this vision to be rich, which most people do when you ain't making no money. He says, I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds, so we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrows, right? So I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds. So he wanted the benefits of selling dope, although he was not, right, selling dope. We was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrow flipping birds, play on words. Skipping church. I wonder what is that? So they said the phrase eyes on the sparrows originated from these verses there's at least 20 Bible verses dedicated to sparrows. Okay. God's care for creation to God's provision and care. Okay, so maybe there's some different layers there. He says niggas flipping pies, spending thousands on apparel, which of course that doesn't have to be broken down. Niggas had bread from flipping pies. Shit, I want to shine too. I want dimes too. Jealous niggas want to know just how my rhymes blew, right? So now that he's getting to the money, people are now looking at him like, how he the one that make it out? How the fuck his rhymes pop off? Shit, I rap just as good as J. Cole. Mano we mano, I'm Bono. I'm you times two. That shit was hard, right? You want to know how my rhymes blew? Well, man to man, I'm Bono. I'm you times two. Bono from U2, the group, the band. Dope. Now I'm bougie. I done outgrew the fountain blue, but never forgot the spot where I developed my plot. The dwelling, the top, the veil where all my skeletons locked. Now that is interesting. J. Cole, you got skeletons on Fayetteville. But again, I think this is how they feel about him. Now I'm bougie. I done outgrew the fountain blue, but never forgot the spot where I developed my plot. So he ain't forgot them, but people see him as bougie, outgrew, right? If I could do it all over, then I would never swap. I've seen good, I've seen bad, had my melanin mocked. I've seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. So of course, here we are with the situation of him being mixed, of course, black father, white mother, and you know, people have mocked him for that. Lifelong friends turn devilish ops. I was miking Red Leather trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it for you see the heavy metal get popped. So, of course, you know, Michael Jackson, Red Leather, that was one of his trademark looks. Tell him to stop. You better beat it before you see the heavy metal get popped. That shit hard. And then of course, you know, there was the heavy metal guitars on that song. Beat it. He was a mean-ass wing with a hell of a shot. I guess he's talking about himself in his basketball. But if no team draft King, he gonna bet on the block. Draft King, of course, if no team draft King. So he was a good player. He's calling himself a king. If no team draft King, he gonna bet on the block. Go back to the block, sell dope, right? But of course, DraftKings is one of the sports betting apps out there where you can make money betting on sports. He want to ball till he fall or till the Federals not. And sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. You can't relate unless your father was not around and your mother went out and found someone else, then brought him around. And then they salaries combined when they married. It brought you out of that poverty. Then you moved to a soft little part of town so that when you back in the hood, you feel awkward about it now and your confidence start to drown. But the rapping gave you some positive thoughts and you jot them down, right? So now he's talking about his mother finding a new man. And once they got married, it changed his lifestyle. So he went from the rough neighborhood that he came from to a softer part of town. Of course, if you're familiar with J. Cole's story, then you already know this stuff. But we're in 2024 where history seems to get twisted, reversed.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep telling niggas your story, or else they will rewrite it for you. The chorus of the song, y'all niggas ain't stopping me, right? Which I think was interesting, cause Cole seems to be in a position right now where, again, like I said in the beginning, he's receiving way more pushback. He's receiving way much more, criticism than what he's accustomed to. Like, there was once upon a time when people used to say that J. Cole made sleepy music. And I thought that was interesting, you know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, y'all niggas hoisted J. Cole to this level, making that brand of music, and now y'all want to say he's sleepy. I don't understand it. But now it's like anything that Cole says on a song, it's under the finest of microscopes to say, that nigga lying. I don't believe him. I don't want to hear that shit. This is the lowest that I've seen J. Cole from a fan perspective. Now, his fans, of course, continue to show him love, support him. I'm not saying his fans have turned, but I think some of the casual J. Cole fans perhaps have, right? Second verse. Benjamin Button, Cole's flows reverse time, right? So it's like I'm going back in age. Most niggas, when they get older, they pen ain't as sharp as it used to be. I'm going in reverse. I'm getting better as I age. To find deliveries good as mine, you gotta search primes, right? So at this level where I'm busting niggas' ass, in order to find an equivalent to the flows that I'm giving y'all niggas and the deliveries and the fucking quality of rap, you gotta go back to people in their primes, right? You gotta go to Prime J, Prime DMX, Prime Cannabis, Prime whoever you want. But at 37, 38, them niggas was not killing it like this. I'm scaling heights higher than birds can perch, trying to be something, hoping that peace come to my cursed mind. He's doing like some interesting internal rhymes here too. One thing's for sure that I've matured from my first rhyme. I learned long ago you can't please them all and it hurts trying, right? So, can't please them all, which y'all know Kendrick Lamar on his last album, can't please everybody. But he's also saying, no matter what I do, somebody's always going to have something to say about what you do. They're going to critique it. So it hurts trying to please everybody when it's impossible. In this game where all you got is your name, like Dirk, I'm smirking at niggas trying to besmirch mine. That's tough. I say the word besmirch a lot. Y'all could go through all of my videos. I say besmirch quite a bit. So all you got is your name, like Dirk, I'm smirking because Smirkio at niggas trying to besmirch mine. So he's hearing the chatter. He's seeing what people are saying about him, putting dirt on his name, right? Like I said, I feel like at this point he's going to go in on academics and Maul in particular because these are two very big figures in the content game, personalities that keep speaking about Cole in a less than stellar way when it comes to Drake, right? Absurd times where the fake get told it is wise. I can see hate in both of your eyes, but the third's blind, right? So two people, I can see the hate in both of your eyes, but the third's blind, as in your third eye is missing. You got a calcified pineal gland, my boy. Your shit ain't reading. Y'all niggas got this shit fucked up, right? So you search lines, right? So you start going through the bars trying to find disses and little shit, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull face as the word finds. Your face is dull because you're looking to try to see where I'm talking crazy, but you're not finding it. I hate what raps become, but like do not disturb. Wait, he says, I hate when raps become like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about the dough. They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable. But singing stop the violence tunes when dudes in hospitals. So now he's saying, I see that y'all doing this for money. I can't knock it. That's, can't knock the hustle. Y'all instigate the fuckery because it's profitable. But you singing stop the violence tunes when dudes in hospital. So it's like y'all want to see the bullshit. Y'all want to see the fuckery. Y'all want to see, in Cole's terms, bloodthirsty, which is going to come up in a minute. But then when it turns into real life shit, niggas want to go stop the violence, right? So I think we all kind of fall into that category where we want to see the spectacle, but we don't be prepared for when the spectacle actually turns into real life issues for people. I pulled the plug, because I've seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow, right? And if you know anything about Axe history, he's always made money off of other people's demise. Just go back to the Warren Chirac shit. He says they see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. Like, how that work? If I got all this fire in my pen, how am I dodging smoke? I wouldn't have lost a battle, dog. I would have lost a bro, right? I value my relationship with bro over trying to entertain you. Excuse me. He said I would have gained a foe. Lost a bro, gained a foe. All for what? Just to attain some more? Props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for. So I'm going to come out here and get outside myself, beside myself, and stand on it, because he did get beside himself, but he immediately said, nah, I can't do it. I'm not going to move forward with this. Right? Of course, people say he received a warning from Schoolboy Q, all of this different type of stuff to get out the way because shit finna get messy. He says, all right, well, if that's the type of vibe niggas is on, I don't want to be a part of that, right? If it's just on some lyrical supremacy shit, I could have banged with that. But if y'all really trying to take the gloves off, I'm gonna hang my gloves up, right? This has been a subject of conversation all year. Since that time, I definitely have come to understand more of where Cole is coming from. But I see there's a lot of people out there, at least for the sake of content, that want to act like they don't. But then he says, I'm getting just to get props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know what my goals are. Y'all don't know what I'm doing this for, right? Since the age of 14, Jermaine is no king. If it means I got to dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media, competing for your favorable means to be considered best or live in rest. The weight of both things. This nigga spitting like a motherfucker. Too much truth bombs in this shit for y'all, for some of y'all, right? So he's now denouncing any type of kingship, right? Jermaine is no king. Don't hoist me up. Don't prop me up. If that means I got to go dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm niggas to sway the whole thing. So he ain't trying to do all of this. And one thing I don't like, I will say this. There is algorithm bot niggas, right? That's mostly Twitter people, right? These are people that get on Twitter and they spew out very narrow-minded, very pointed narratives about all types of things. It's not just rap. If you look at it from a political standpoint, there's the people that do that. You got the people out there that thrive off of division between black men and black women, or men and women when it comes to relationships or patriarchy or misogyny. Like, they just consistently play the algorithm game of putting out hateful content, pointed content that they know people are going to get mad at and engage with and retweet and reshare and quote tweet with their anger. And then they just get paid because they're paying for that blue check. So there is some algorithm bot niggas out there. But I think J. Cole does himself a little bit of a disservice by acting as if the entire listening audience is composed completely of bot niggas. That's the part that I don't like, but I'll keep going. On social media, competing for your favorable means to be considered best or live in rest. So do I want to be considered the top nigga? Or would I rather go home to my family, live peacefully, not have to worry about what the implications of this beef is going to create? The weight of both things. Like, I can do either or, but I'm weighing my options. I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing. So he's saying, yo, I sympathize. I understand where these niggas is at for them to even feel like they had to even jump this thing off, or whatever history that they've been, prolonging to get to this point. Like, I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing. Like, I've been in that seat. Protecting legacies so lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war. I walked away with all they blood on me, right? Because he was in the middle. So as they exchanged shots and began to bleed out, he was the man in the middle, like getting dirty from both points of the spectrum, right? He caught shots of his own. He caught a stray from Kendrick. Fuck the big three, nigga. It's just big me, nigga. Bum. Which, in hindsight, was probably the lightest of the jabs thrown, but it was a two hit combo. Then to return fire, Drake shot through Cole to get at Kendrick too. That nigga Cole losing sleep. Bitch, this ain't me. Right? Like, he did that. He said things that kind of covered that same content, that same point twice in the battle. Fuck with Cole think that shit weak as fuck. That dot shit was weak as fuck. So he shot through Cole twice. Then you get Kendrick say, you did Cole foul. So he ended up being collateral damage because he was, number one, he's the third out of the big three. But then he's got relationships with both parties and still trying to be Switzerland. But then he got offended, took shots at Kendrick. And before the shot could even fully land, he was like, dog, this ain't it. Now, some would discredit me, try to wipe away my pedigree, but please find a nigga out that's rapping it this incredibly. So y'all want to discredit me, wipe away my pedigree. But when it comes to bars only and rapping, which is what we all came in this to do, who's doing it at the level that I am at this time? Right? And there was a debate recently where Rory was saying he thinks J. Cole might be the top rapper of 2024 off bars alone. Right? He said, my dog texted me. I share the words he said to me. If you refuse to shoot the gun, don't mean it ain't deadly. Right? So if you practice restraint and don't show how deadly the gun is, it don't mean that it doesn't make it any less deadly. It just means that you have restraint. I guess the metaphor, hypothetically, the gun is me. I text him back like, guess a gun ain't what I'm trying to be, my nigga. Right? So he ain't trying to take shots. They stripped me on my spot and now I'm finally free, my nigga. That's tough. Right? If everybody want to come strip me on my spot, everybody want to say that I'm less than who I've been all this time. I don't measure up to who you expected me to be, all of these things. I guess I'm free. I'm free of those expectations. I'm free of the drama. I'm free of everything. I get to live in my truth. They say I'm picking sides. Hey, don't you lie on me, my nigga. That's a definite bar at Academics and Maul, because both of them have said that Cole picked sides with Kendrick. When he made his apology, when he stood down, they automatically say, okay, you ain't standing with Drake, so you on the other side. Right? Don't lie on me, my nigga. Then start another war. Hey, Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga. Fuck all the narratives. Now, I'm sure there was a lot of people angry at that bar. Them 3 bars right there. I know it was a lot of niggas out there that was angry about that one. Like, please do not throw Drake any rope. Please. Cole, why are you caping for him? Why would you do it? Cole said, hey, man, I ain't got nothing against the nigga. He ain't been nothing but good to me. I just came off tour with the nigga top of the year. We were just riding around in Lambos and shit, man. So he's letting it be known. His loyalty is on both sides. He didn't want to lose his bond with Kendrick. And in his eyes, he doesn't feel like he's lost that bond with Drake either. He, I guess, still feels like I'm still Switzerland. Now, how either of these men on both sides feel regarding that, we don't know. Some people still feel like Drake's looking at him with a watchful eye on some bullshit. I've seen that narrative getting spawned around. There's also some people that feel like Kendrick was looking at that. I wouldn't have lost the battle. I would have lost a bro line. Like, nigga, who said you wouldn't have lost the battle? Right? It's all up to interpretation. I won't criticize anybody's views. I'm just saying what's being shown on the internet. Right? Fuck all the narratives. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Now, I feel like that was a line aimed at Drake. Personally. Reminding those folks why we do it is not for beefing, because Drake is the one who everyone is mostly been asking for to step his pen up, right? Most people, I won't say most people, but there's a large amount of people on the internet that say, and I'm included in that amount of people, that feel like, dog, you need to step your rap game up. Your raps they not hitting like they used to. Remind these folks why we do it. It's not for beefing. It's for speaking our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts, reaching your minds, deep in your heart, screaming to find, emotions to touch, something inside to open you up, help you cope with the rough times and shit. I'm sending love because we ain't promised shit, my nigga. Right? And that could be to both parties, right? Like, yo, all of us need to tap back into the magic pen is what's imperative. What do we do this for? What do we get into this game to actually do? To express ourselves, right? To talk to our fans, our people, and to hopefully leave out this shit with a legacy that's positive rather than negative, right? But when you get to the machismo, you get to this fight for supremacy, this war for number one that never ends well, period. He's like, that's not what we got in this for. We've lost our way from his perspective, right? So that's J. Cole with Port Antonio. They keep saying that this is going to be on the fall off. I don't think this will be on the fall off. I think this is just like how Kendrick dropped the untitled Black Air Force Ones, Watch the Party Die record. I feel like this is one of those. It's a Lucy. This is a message record. This is where I currently stand. For anybody wondering how J. Cole feels, this is how J. Cole feels. Y'all don't have to ask no more. Y'all don't have to go to no blogs. Y'all don't have to go to none of these media personalities out here. You don't got to go to none of the podcasts. This is J. Cole's stance, right? And I feel like he wants to let it be known he has not lost any love for either one, despite how things played out. And again, he can only speak for himself. How either of these other guys feel, perhaps will be revealed at another time. Perhaps out of respect and love for J. Cole, it'll never be shown. Maybe he won't catch no more strays moving forward. Maybe the battle really is over and people can move on with their lives. I don't know, because I feel like this Drake and Kendrick thing is a very delicate bomb, which is why it exploded the way it did this year, because it was something that had already been in the workings, in the makings for over a decade. So to think that it would just be resolved with no feelings, we already see how Drake is. He's been doing everything he's done this year has been based on feelings, you know, and perhaps misguided moves. Kendrick, on the other hand, seems to be playing chess. And it will be interesting to see where J. Cole falls in the Kendrick Lamar chessboard. I still think they cool. I still think they fuck with each other. But for a nigga that is using strategy with how he moves, I just think it would be interesting to see like where he falls currently. But that's where we at with it, man. I thought the song was dope. It was interesting. It came out of nowhere. It wasn't a scheduled release. It's not on streaming platforms other than MC Get Busy putting out the song for himself. You bitch you. But outside of that, that's what we got. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all like the record? Do y'all support J. Cole's message? Do y'all feel like this was the right song to drop at the right time? Right? Are you one of those people that will not accept J. Cole speaking on the situation, right? Like I said, I saw some people out there that feel like he's playing the self-righteous role as if he wasn't ready for the smoke and then decided to step on the cigarette. Let me know. All perspectives are welcome so long as they're respectful, all right? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on this video, be sure to be sure to subscribe to the channel. become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. All right, much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.